Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of a Bostix Interlude. This audio podcast as part of a boxing faction, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Quota, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Lobostics production. In this audio podcast, in this audio podcast, as part of this series, as part of this series, I'm looking at series three, striving for international unity across healthcare, and looking at the theme around healthcare, and let's be upfront about it. In this audio podcast, or this audio podcast, Bostix Interlude. In this audio podcast, this sort of Bostix Interlude, I sort of look at the use of social media, the use of social media, and the use of social media in context of healthcare service initiatives. So, in particular, social media usage has grown has sort of grown exponentially with online platforms such as, for example, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, sort of now representing perhaps more than 20% of time spent online, and not surprisingly, healthcare service users seek, for example, or sort of gain sort of peer-to-peer support through social media, which offers sort of advantages, which offers sort of advantages over traditional initiatives, which may have which with at the same time, wherein social media, or through social media, there is the sort of sense of advantage, where there can be broad accessibility, sort of immediacy, and opportunity for sort of a sense of that sort of interaction between healthcare service users and even healthcare service providers. So varying mechanisms have also sought to include service users and providers, and to take greater intrigue in aspects of healthcare, and these have included positive health initiatives aimed at sort of decision making and co-development, to increase the number of decisions made jointly by healthcare service users and providers. Uh, at the same sort of at the same time or at the same time, the Department of Health retrospectively developed a basis that divides the healthcare service users into fighters, thrivers, and survivors. And it is important. It is important to recognize and appreciate that healthcare service users also have different, or may have different, or have different sort of sense of motivations and capacities in aspects of design and delivery of healthcare service, healthcare service, and healthcare service service deliver healthcare service divisions. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast is part of a Bostix Interlude. This audio podcast as part of a Boxing faction. And this audio podcast as part of a Storm Quota. And this audio podcast as part of a Storm Lobostics production.